Good morning, YouTube. It's Tuesday, July 24th, and I'm headed out to do some mowing today. I've got, mainly I do every other week, and I've got some TaskEASY customers that I take care of on Tuesdays. And had to sharpen blades this morning, which I'll be doing a review on my new blade sharpener that I bought. I'm really happy with that. And had to stop and get some gas. I did make a switch in my oil in my 2-cycle. I was running the Steel, I think it's like Ultra Premium, and I just switched to their cheaper stuff. I'd read somewhere that the Ultra Premium or whatever builds up a lot of carbon, and I've had carbon issues with my weed eater, and I'm just wondering if that's kind of what it is. And I'm thinking about switching back to that Opti 2 oil that I used to run. So I'll figure out what I do with that. But I'm gonna get you some footage today of some of the yards that I'm mowing. Kind of give a preview of some TaskEASY customers and what kind of the payouts are kind of like. And you know, just thought I'd kind of share that. I'm sure some of you all use TaskEASY, but for those that haven't or are curious about it, then I thought I would, kind of share my thoughts on that. I've been working with them for about a year now, but I'll get you some footage of this yard here in just a minute. Alright guys, that's the first one I did. I kind of got some footage of me mowing. Okay, so how that worked out is the first picture I took was at 10:13. The last picture I took was at 10:43. So it's right at 30 minutes. And the payout on that one is right at $30. My goal is usually like $60, or basically $1 per minute when I'm actually working. $60 an hour is kind of, I guess, an exaggeration. I try to average out throughout the day at about $50. And so that's kind of my point, is like, to be honest with you, that yard, you know, at 30 bucks, it's profitable. The fact that it's every other week, if it was one of my customers, I probably would charge 35. But if it was one of my customers, I also got to deal with all the paperwork. I got to deal with sending out invoices, keeping track of the schedule, and, you know, following up with customers when they don't pay their bill, and everything like that. So there is definitely a benefit to working with TaskEASY. And that $30 is after they take out like $2.10 for workman's comp. So, you know, there's definitely an upside to it, that, you know, it's simple. I don't have to worry about it, and get out there, get it done. And all I have to do on these budget properties is mow, trim, and blow. There's no edging involved. And the upside to that is that you're in and out really quick. So that's how you can be profitable on what I would call a subcontracted rate. And then, you know, I've just been pretty, I guess, impressed. The only issue I've ever had with TaskEASY, other than one of the client properties being too cheap, was I had an every other week budget customer that switched their service to premium. In their premium service, it was like, I don't remember what the payout was, but they wanted me to include trimming the shrubs. And in my county, it cost me like 15 bucks just to go to the dump. I don't care if you got a leaf on your truck, it costs like 15 bucks to go to the dump. And I was just like, there ain't no way. I think the payout was like 30 bucks for me to trim up shrubs, pull weeds, and haul everything off. And I was just like, I ain't doing that. I mean, I just flat out told them. I told them I'd do it for about 75 bucks, and that'd be the cheapest I could do it for. And they told me that was too expensive and that they couldn't do it. And so the deal is with that is that you do not communicate with your customer, other than, you know, you let them know if you are behind, like you send them a message and reschedule their yard, or you leave a comment once you're done. So, I mean, you can make a comment, like usually mine's just like, thank you. But for the most part, I've been pretty happy with them. It's worked out, especially if you're starting out, you know. It's just, you know, it's not the high-end customers that you're looking for. That's how I can say it without being disrespectful, because it's just people that want their grass mowed every 2 weeks for the most part. They just want it knocked down and cleaned up and kept people off their back, basically. And that's great for filling a schedule. I can't lie. That may not be your ideal line of work. Maybe you want really high-end homes and whatnot. But for filling a schedule, it definitely works out. And the other thing you got to do is you got to be very picky about what you take, because they will try to send you, like, I don't know about every area, but apparently there's not a lot of TaskEASY contractors in my area, and they really try to send me out. Like, I mean, they'll send me out to a different county and stuff, and like, I'm not doing that. Like, anything I pick up is within like a 5-mile radius of my house. I don't really run too far. I mean, I may have some that are about 7 miles out, and it's just, that's kind of where I ended up when I started out. And I built like a cluster over there of like 6 or 7 yards, so it's worth my time to drive over there. But I mean, Other than that, TaskEASY's been pretty great. You just got to be careful, and you gotta know what you want to do. But as far as filling a schedule, it's worked out really great for me. So that's kind of my thoughts on TaskEASY. I'll take some more footage of the yards today, and I guess we'll just see how the day goes. It looks like it might rain, but I don't know. Alright guys, so basically I had 3 of those that I did first thing this morning. If I remember correctly, I left the gas station right at about 10 o'clock. Got on that first yard at about 10:13 or so, and it's now 12:03, and I'm at one of my customers that I'm at after finishing all 3 of the first TaskEASY yards that I have. I broke it down, and on a price per hour, made like $55 per hour. Well, gross at least, on the 3 properties that I just did, and that's subcontracting pricing. And so that's basically what I'm getting at with your drive time, and you know it's right at about 12:05 right now. So I'm about like 5 minutes or so short of being exactly 2 hours, and that puts me at $55 an hour for the first 2 hours of the day that I work today. I've been pretty happy with you know, the profit margins on the TaskEASY customers, and just kind of wanted to, I guess, you know, share that with everybody, that, you know, even though it's kind of got a rep, like I know if you look on Lawn Site, it's got mixed reviews about how it pays out and the hassles that it's got with it, and I've seen some things on YouTube, but I mean, obviously if you just take whatever they throw your way, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But like, for example, I've got one more that I've got to go do today that I picked up last week. It's weekly, and it's in a small little subdivision. It doesn't appear to have any gates, so I'll be able to use my larger mower with no problem. It pays out like $32 or something like that, which is pretty on par with pricing. And then I get like a $10 bonus for the first time, as long as I do it on the day that I scheduled in the beginning. So I mean, it's got its advantages and its disadvantages. Obviously they're not my customers, so I don't have like full control over them. You know, as to like, I don't have much contact with them explaining things. I've learned that TaskEASY will kind of like brush it off like kind of the contractor's issues. You know, like I called them one day, and I'm trying to remember, there was something wrong with the property. Oh yeah, that's right. When I refused to do their premium package that a customer upgraded to because they weren't trying to pay me enough, they contacted the customer and said that because I had first initially said, well, I didn't know I was even supposed to do that, so I don't even have the equipment on the truck. They just told the customer that I didn't have the equipment to do that, which is not true. It's just I'm not doing that for the price that you tried to get me to do it for. So, you know, there's ups and downs. They try to make themselves look good a little bit more than the contractor, I would guess, but for the most part, I've been pretty happy with it. As long as you stick with like the budget mowing and stuff like that, it's pretty simple and straightforward, and you can make some money out of it. But I'm gonna get some more footage. About to do one of my customers, like an acre yard, and I'll probably just get like some lawn footage, maybe some trimming, I don't know, but I'll be back soon. clump up here. See all that. Looks real good. I started leaving some scragglers. I know it's hard to see grass on camera, but like right in here in this area, it's not cutting all the way. So here's one of the advantages of using walk behinds, is that with that mower right here in the field, typically what I do is I keep a stick right here in my trash bag, and then once I get out here in the field and the mower gets all clumped up, it's usually because it's packed up right in here. And when you have the stick, you don't have to worry about losing a finger. Okay, so this is a weekly account, but I haven't mowed it in 2 weeks. It's been kind of dry here, but you see that right there, that's before I cleaned it out. And like you can tell, like it was mowing pretty good. But once you get in this area right here, there's a lot of Dallas grass in there, which really packs up the mower. And then you can tell, like right here, this was the last 2 passes I made after I cleaned it out, which is still kind of clumpy, but nowhere near like that. And I definitely was going faster on these 2 passes than that. So just one of the fun things about lawn care is cleaning out the grass from under your deck. With a walk behind, I can just pick it up as long as I get close to a hillside, and it'll just kind of sit back on its own. I don't have to get my hands in there to get it cleaned out using the stick. I started using these gator blades, and I've been pretty impressed with them. They cut pretty good. They're not actually gators. I think they're like aftermarket Stens that are gator-like blades. But I mean, look at all that just came out of there. the reason that I raise up the way I do is because it changes the rake on the lawnmower, but still cuts at the right height. Because most of your cutting is done with the first few inches of your blade and at the front when it's going over here. And so if I keep this the same height, it's still hitting what I cut the first time. But then if I raise that back rake up a little bit, it helps it throw out the clippings a little bit better, because there's more of an empty space in the back for it to process the clippings. At least that's my point of view. I mean, who knows if I'm right. I just know that instead of raising it up, because if I raise it up a complete level, I noticed that it doesn't pick up like all the clumps again. It, like, I guess the only way to say it is like it just picks up what's at that level, and it doesn't pick up everything. So when I raise up the back, it does a lot better job. And that's just another thing that you can do with a walk behind versus, you know, if you got a zero turn or a stand on, you can't really do that. But you know, just that pin system, it's got its ups and downs. It's kind of a hassle to change them sometimes, but at the same time it does have advantages. So on to the next. Well, that's pretty much it for today. I didn't really get too much more footage. It's a long week for me. My wife works late, so I've got to get off at 5 every day to go pick up my kids. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10 done today. That new TaskEASY customer, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna post some pictures of all the TaskEASY stuff I did today, because I had to take pictures before and after up there on this video. And then as far as everything else, I mean, today went pretty smooth, didn't get any rain or anything. And let's see, it's 5 o'clock right now. I started at 10, so it ain't too bad. It's but yeah, took a lunch break and whatnot, but just wanted to kind of make a video today. Probably make another one tomorrow. I should be working all day long tomorrow. My wife's off, so I'll probably work sun up, sun down, trying to get ahead. And appreciate you watching my video, and have a good day.